Good afternoon, Dr. Meinert and CCU classmates. This is Karen Hall reporting to you from Grand Junction, Colorado. In today's episode of Karen's Corner, we are going to be discussing explicit teaching principles and the 4 instructional domains that influence the design of instruction, and strategies that can be used in the classroom to develop strong mathematical competency for all students. Explicit teaching refers to the instructional practices that carefully construct the framework for meaningful, direct teaching. Explicit instruction is a method of teacher-directed instruction that occurs with groups of students. It is a highly structured method for presenting new material in small steps. The teacher communicates clear performance expectations, provides structured practice, and monitors students' performance throughout the lesson with positive and correct feedback. There are 4 instructional domains that influence the design of instruction. The first is conceptual understanding. The goal of conceptual understanding is that the student understands mathematical concepts or ideas and can make mathematical connections to the real world. 2 strategies that I like to use are having students dramatize or act out their math concepts. This is a lot of fun. A second is providing hands-on experience with manipulatives. The second instructional domain that influences the design of instruction is declarative knowledge. The goal of declarative knowledge is that students will identify math facts without hesitation, helping them to move forward successfully. 2 strategies that I like to use to support declarative knowledge is selecting small subsets of the targeted skill to be mastered, like money, and then add another small subset. Another strategy is constant time delay. With this procedure, I can use prompts and reinforcement for all students to feel successful. The third instructional domain that influences the design of instruction is procedural knowledge. The goal of procedural knowledge is that students will follow a series of steps to help solve problems. One strategy to support procedural knowledge is the SAW procedure. Set up to solve, attack the problem, and wrap it up. Another is verbal rehearsal. In verbal rehearsal, you memorize the procedural strategy steps. This can be challenging for many students. Verbal rehearsal can help students commit systems to memory. 3 that are favored in my room are group rehearsal, peer-assisted, and rapid-fire rehearsal. The 4th instructional domain is problem solving. This is where we get to apply our knowledge. The goal of problem solving is that students will use concepts, factual knowledge, and procedures to solve real-world problems. 2 strategies to promote the application of knowledge to solve problems is sequencing. In our significant support needs SSN classroom, we like to sequence functional life skills, like cooking. Another strategy is anchored instruction. Our students love to video themselves. We use these videos to provide problem-solving opportunities. In our SSN classroom, we use the I do, we do, you do strategy across all the instructional domains. I want to thank our son Doug and our 2-year-old granddaughter Sable for demonstrating the steps for you today as they made pancakes. Yum. In teacher demonstration, in the I do, the teacher demonstrates. The teacher models, or here dad, what the student must do while thinking aloud. In We Do, the teacher provides guided practice. They provide the student with opportunities to practice new skills, like cracking eggs. In the You Do, the teacher provides independent practice. Look how proud Sable looks for doing it herself. This practice helps students retain what they have learned. Today's biblical perspective brings me back to a favorite verse, Proverbs 22:6. Watching our son Douglas be a stay-at-home dad to our 2-year-old granddaughter Sable, while his wife serves our country as an Army nurse, has been a true answer to prayer and blessing. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Demonstrate the love of Christ by willing to serve others, including your students. That's the I Do. We Do. Provide your students with opportunities to serve others. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Karen's Corner. Good night and God bless.